What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scott about Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Yes, y'all, it is early Sunday morning. I just woke up. I just watched the show, child, and I had a time last night. As you guys already know, I was at my class reunion. This is my class reunion weekend, 15 years in the game. Yes, indeed. I gave them a show. I gave them 3 damn concerts. I performed Glorilla, I performed Tevin Campbell, and I performed City Girls. I had me a good ass time last night at my class reunion banquet. And I'll be celebrating more with my class a little bit later on today. We're going out to eat and stuff like that, and that'll be the end of my weekend. So thank you guys for all your love and your compliments on my outfit. Yes, indeed. I was really nervous about that, child, but you know it is what it is. But I'm glad y'all liked it. So, anyways, before we get into today's review, let's get into what we got coming up. Now, tomorrow night is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it will be right here on Scotty by Nature TV, where we discuss all things Potomac. Expect all 6 of us, but we may have one of our guest panelists. It's going to be between Reggie Layology and LTD27. You know, those are 3 main guest panelists. So we'll see about that. But it would be over here on Scotty by Nature TV tomorrow night at 9:15 Eastern. The link is already available. Go to the playlist for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Search all the way down to the bottom, and it will be right there. Go ahead and click on the notify me button so you can be notified. On Wednesday night is the roast and review, and that also will be right back here on Scotty by Nature TV, where myself, Terrence, and Josiah will be roasting and reviewing this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sorry. On Friday night, it will be boys' night out. Okay, boys' night out will be Friday night at 9:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We haven't had a show in about a good 2.5 weeks, but we'll be back this coming up Friday, and expect a fun, shady show as always, you guys. All right. So that's pretty much it with everything that's going on with the channel. Now let's go ahead and get into today's review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. So we gonna start this thing off with Miss Candace Beauty, aka Stormy and Melody. Now, while they was sitting there talking, Melody was asking Stormy about her business. She was like, "Well, you miss promotion, you miss business, woman, girl. What's been going on with the business? How everything been going?" Stormy said that she got 1,000 more doors at Target. She getting more doors at Walmart, and she's getting her product in another retail store. And one thing about it, and 2 things for certain. Stormy is from Mississippi. She ain't from my part of Mississippi, but she is from Mississippi. And it's nice to see somebody from Mississippi actually got something going on. Regardless of how I feel about these folks on these reality shows and all that other good jazz, I just feel like this. Anytime you are on reality TV and you doing your thug thizzle and you from Mississippi, I'm always gonna salute and root for you. And it's good to see Destiny stuff in stores. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard a lot of people say that they use her stuff and they say that it's some good shit. So I may have to, but I don't know. Is that shit for men too? Like, does she got some products for men as well? Because I'm starting to believe that that's all women shit. And I don't be getting involved in the women shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, Melody got her skincare going on. And Melody, to me, she's a hard worker. So to me, I feel like at some point in time, her skincare line will be bigger than what it is. I think that it's still, I won't say that it's in the beginning stages, but I would say that it's like in the sophomore stage. Like, I don't think it's in any stores yet, but I think that at some point, some way, it will be in stores because Melody finds a way to get her shit out there the best way she can. So I definitely feel like her product will be in stores. And, as long as she keep people around her like Stormy, who's business minded and knows all the perks to getting your shit, in retail stores and stuff like that, because I know that's where Melody wants to be soon. She'll have it in there. So Stormy tells Melody that she had a conversation with Destiny Child. And she was basically telling her that she was basically telling Melody that she really didn't come there on no bullshit. Like, she really came there to support Destiny. And then, she was telling her all about how Destiny's attitude was, they basically were talking about how fucked up Destiny's attitude was at the event. And like I said, Destiny just made herself look completely stupid to the point to where it's like she was making herself look stupid for a storyline. And I forgot, I didn't even realize she wasn't even in this episode, to be honest, up until they brought up her name. So it was just like, Stormy was basically saying in so many words, like, I'm gonna let her be, it is what it is. I let it go, whatever. And we ain't friends or nothing like that. But I just wanted to be in a place with Destiny where I could be, amicable, where we could be cordial, where we could do all of that good stuff. And Melody agreed, we ain't saying that we all gotta be friends, we ain't gotta be doing all that. But at the end of the day, as long as we're able to be cordial, that's really all that matters. And to be honest, that really is all that matters. Like, people got to understand, we don't always have to be friends. Like, sometimes people be trying to force this whole friendship thing on people, and some people are just not meant to be friends, and that is absolutely fine, and that is absolutely okay. You ain't always got to be friends with people. You feel what I'm saying? Long as y'all are able to be cordial and be in the same room with one another, that's all that fucking matters, child. It's really all that matters. So then they started talking about Destiny telling Tiffany the wrong story. Now, Stormy told Melody that, I met up with Tiffany, we had us a good time. I had my dog, she ain't have hers, hers was at the veterinarian and shit like that. But we had a conversation. And in so many words, she was telling me what the story that Destiny told her. And pretty much Destiny blamed Melody for everything that went down at the launch. And Melody said, well, I questioned Destiny's judgment anyway, but because she got a problem with me, of course she gonna say that it was me that started the fire and stuff like that. I think I'm not gonna say that Mel completely started the fire. What I will say is that I won't say that Mel made a beeline for Wanda, but then again, in a sense, I feel like she did make a beeline to Wanda with the intent that she needed to make, to make a beeline for, because at the end of the day, you confronted, you said something about my kid. You insinuated some fucked up shit about my baby's father, me not knowing who my baby daddy is, my kids. I got every right to really come to you and say what I got to say to you at the end of the day. And that's just the truth. Like, for real. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, at the end of it all, I got every right to say what I need to say to you. She walked over there, Miss Wanda got booked. She started putting her fingers in her face. Wanda wanted to fight, and that's just what it is. And even when Wanda was on Roast Review, she still was she wasn't trying to take accountability for nothing that she said. And y'all know I like Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda has been good to me as far as giving me interviews, shouting me out on her lives. It was things, only thing I ever asked her for was for an interview, never asked her to shout me out on her lives. I will always respect her, but at the same point in time, she wasn't taking accountability, and she needs to realize that she doesn't handle things like a woman would. My mother is older than Miss Wanda, and my mama don't act like that. It's a way to have a mature conversation. You did talk about that woman's kids. You did try to make it seem like it was your baby dad, like Martell wasn't the baby daddy. But then you want to get on Roast Review, because I was too busy I was zoned out at that interview at that point. But when you get on Roast Review, you want to say you was talking about the aborted baby. What the fuck does he need a blood test for an aborted baby for? I don't get it. So, yeah, Wanda, nah. I won't put all the blame specifically on Melody, but Wanda did take it to a whole nother level when she started like putting her fingers in her face and doing all that. Melody did light the match. No. Miss Melody lit the match. Wanda started the fire. That's how I see it. Melody told Stormy that she was trying to get, the original six together so they can have a conversation, so they can try to get past all the issues that they got, because they definitely do have a whole lot of issues that they need to handle at this particular point. And she hopes that the meeting goes smoothly. It's been a lot of stuff said. It's been a lot of stuff done, y'all. And at this point, this is a meeting about what we gonna do about this show. I told y'all that's what this meeting is about. This means about what we gonna do to get this show right. What exactly are we gonna do? Because we can't keep going on like this. So what we gonna do in this situation? What we gonna do? And that's just the truth. What are we gonna do? They gotta figure it out. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm taking it as. But Melody seems enthusiastic about trying to get them together so they can really figure things out. Y'all, I'm literally sitting in my bed with my head on my laptop with my headphones in my ear doing this review. It's refreshing doing this shit from my bed, child. It's really refreshing, honey. But anyway, should I even talk about Lewis and Tiffany? Lewis and Tiffany decide that they're gonna have a baby together. After all this time, they both agreed that they wasn't gonna have no baby together. But now, all of a sudden, Tiffany want to have a baby with Lewis. After all that time, Tiffany did not want no fucking child. Let's keep it a book. She did not want no child. Um, and now all of a sudden, she wants to change her mind. And she was like, "Yes, I did change my mind, Lewis. I did change my mind, and you know, I take accountability for that, and blah 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 blah." And I'm just sitting up here like, what is the fucking point of this conversation? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what is the fucking point of this conversation? Like, why are we even having this conversation? Why do we even care about this conversation? Honestly, y'all, I really wasn't even going to include this in my notes because it really was shit to talk about. But Lewis and Tiffany really need to go. They're like the black jelly bean that nobody wants in the trail mix. Like, yeah, y'all go on somewhere. Like, I don't want to hear shit from y'all. Let's move on to the next. So the Scotts are getting ready for the dinner. Everybody getting themselves ready and prepared and glammed up for the dinner and shit. But one thing about it, and the two things for certain, Kimmy did not come to play with the girls. Kimmy had her titties out. Kimmy had a great wig on. Why I keep calling that girl Timmy? I must be still slurring from being drunk last night. Anyway, Kimmy had on a nice dress, had a nice ass wig on, like was she was slaying a girl. She was definitely slaying the girls on that episode last night. Period. She was slaying them, and so they went up in there. You feel what I'm saying? And Marcel said he ain't got no expectations. Letitia kept on asking him, what's your expectations from this meeting? Like, what do you have to say about it? What's going on with it? He said that they can all come to a resolution. You feel what I'm saying? Kimmy was telling Maurice that she feels like this group can dish it out, but they can't take it. But when somebody do it back, and that goes for every single person. And then she likes to hide her hand. Letitia, she throws shade and likes to hide her hand, and then try to act like when somebody else throws shade at her, it's a big deal. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for instance, she throws shade at Mel. Mel comes back and responds to her. Then she wants to play Black Karen and act like she don't understand why Melody threw shade at her. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, you throw rocks and you hide your hand. Melody throws a lot of nice, nasty shade and then want to act like she wasn't being shady when she really was. Marceau throws shade, but he an asshole. So I'm not really sure if he can dish it but can't take it. Maurice really doesn't have a voice, and Martell just shows the fuck out. That's really it. But everybody, like I said, and Destiny, girl, you need to sing anger management or something because you always got a problem. My thing about the situation is, like, I just feel like at the end of it all, they do all like to dish it, but they can't take it. A lot of them do. And they don't, none of them really take accountability for the things that they do. It's always, let's point the finger at this person. Let's pile it up on one damn person. We finna be mad at this person. We finna be mad at that person. We finna make them look like they wrong. We finna do this. We finna do that, which is not fair at all. Like, if we're gonna hold people accountable, then we need to hold everybody accountable, including yourselves. And I feel like everybody don't hold each other accountable or themselves. And that's why I agree with Kimmy when she said what she said in that car. Melody talk about the dinner, and Melody and Martell on the phone, they start talking about the dinner. Martell is pretty optimistic about the meeting. He's hoping that the meeting goes well, and even them rebuilding or, getting their friendships back on track. Melody said, I ain't really interested in being friends. I'm just interested in being at a cordial place with them. This is all business. This ain't about no friends. This is just business. This is business conversation. When she said this is a business conversation, this is about the reality show. This is about them trying to figure out a way where they can maneuver through as a cast, even though they got a whole lot of deep-rooted issues with one another. That's what this is about. This is about the show. And I'm glad that they're addressing it because they need to have this conversation, because this is what we're all have been saying as far as reviewers, as far as the fans. What exactly is going to happen with this show moving forward? None of these people like each other. It's like a for all of them to be around each other. What exactly is going to happen with this group of people? Like, honestly, that's what I'm getting from it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll fix in the car with Marceau. And she was like, I feel like I got to call my mama so she could give me her side of the story because I know that a lot of people blame my mama for it. She called Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda said that she never said nothing about the baby. She said something about the baby daddy. Girl, you wasn't directly speaking about the children, but you was speaking about this woman's kids, Miss Wanda. You are way too old to not take accountability for the shit that you do. I'm just being 100 with you. Like, you need to take accountability for the shit that you do. And that's just it. Like, for real, for real. You need to do something about it at the same time. You really do, because it really don't make no sense. Period. On God. Like, you really need to you need to do something about that because it's just a mess, like a complete mess. Like, she don't take no accountability for shit. I want to talk about, I was talking about the last baby, but on roast reviews, say you was talking about the aborted baby. So which one was it? Okay, girl, whatever. So we're about to move on, honey, to the dinner. Okay. Now, and Letitia said, what are you expecting from this dinner? Letitia, stop asking a man what he expects from the expectations. How many times are you gonna ask this man what y'all expect from the dinner? He ain't got no expectation. Kimmy and Maurice arrives, and like I said, Kimmy is slaying the girls. She coming in there like Trina. You see the outfit, bitch, and killing you hoes. Like, that what she giving y'all right about now. She killing you hoes, honey. She's killing you hoes. Okay. So then they sit down, and then I think that's when they say this feels like the comeback group. This feels like the comeback group. Like, we ain't had no shit like this in a while. This is like the comeback group. You feel what I'm saying? And so they was like, yeah, it really does feel like the comeback group. This is where we had our first meeting and shit and all of this other stuff. So yes, it was bringing back a little bit of memories. It was very nostalgic for the people. Very nostalgic for the goddamn people. Very nostalgic. Okay, period. So then as they're sitting there, they're waiting for Melody and Martell to come up in the building. They ready to get this show on the road. They ready to get this conversation going because it's tense. You know what I mean? Like, it's very tense. You know, these people ain't really friends, so it's very tense for them right now. Like, they don't know how they're gonna take it. They don't know how things are gonna be. They don't know. Baby, it's tense for the people. Very tense. So Mill and Martell arrive. Everybody shares pleasantries. They share hugs. You know, they're off to a very good start because sometimes they're actually really trying to be on a better note. So Martell starts the meeting off. He was basically saying that there's a lot of stuff going on that needs to cease. We need to figure some things out. We've never had this many issues with one another. It's never been to any point to where far with this group. You feel what I'm saying? And even though Martell is the most horrible person on the show, I definitely agree with what he's saying. They are in a horrible place. They have never been in any situation where it's like, okay, now we want to fight. Letitia and Melody acted like they wanted to fight at the Galentine thing. Ms. Wanda wanted to fight Melody. Marceau, Maurice, and Martell up here trying to fight each other. Like, that was a lot. And you know, they don't normally behave like this on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So that was a good way to start it off. Martell says Miss Wanda needs to go. And then Letitia just shook her head and rolled her eyes. So Martell starts addressing Miss Wanda's lives. As you guys already know, I cover Love and Marriage Huntsville. I cover the show. I cover what's happening outside of the show. Y'all know I've done that. And unfortunately, I've winded up being in the algorithm of the Love and Marriage Huntsville T pages, which I do not like to be a part of that. But it is what it is. Shout out to the people that's been subscribing because of my Love and Marriage Huntsville commentary. I just want to thank you guys for that. Most definitely. Let me see. It's just like, for me, at the end of it all, Miss Wanda do go too far on her lives. As you guys already know, I have commentated on her lives many a time. She goes too far. She doesn't know any boundaries. She says shit that she really ain't got no business saying, and she stands 10 toes down on the shit that she say. Now, I guess I could respect her in that aspect. If I said what I said was a person, that person would be Wanda because she said what she said. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, Even though I could respect you for having that opinion, or I could respect you for feeling like that, I could also call you out and say, but you want some fuck shit though. Like, you really need to get this shit together. Like, for real, because at the end of it all, Miss Wanda, like, you somebody mama, you somebody grandmama. You know what I'm saying? But you don't act like it. You act like you 15. And I really feel like because you had Tisha at 15, you still stuck in that 15-year-old mindset because you never really got a chance to grow up. You was still a child when you had Tisha, so you never really had no chance to mature. And basically, Tisha is really like your little sister, to be honest. Like, y'all grew up together pretty much. Like, you really didn't have no chance to be really no mother because you was a teen mom. But then again, that may not be a fair thing for me to say. So I'm just gonna leave that one where it's at. Let's see. Tisha defends Wanda, and she's like, my mother was only going by what Martell said about Melody messing around. She was only repeating what Martell said about Melody messing around. This is where I have a fucking issue with Tisha. It does not matter what the fuck Martell said. Yes, Martell gave everybody the ammunition to go after Melody. Martell gave everybody the ammunition to repeat that same rumor. But still in all, that does not give Miss Wanda the right to go and fucking repeat it. She's old enough to know just because somebody says something, that does not make it true. Okay? So if you're going to repeat some shit, make sure you repeat the truth before you try to repeat a lie. You feel what I'm saying? Repeat the truth before you repeat the lie. But people love to repeat rumors and shit. They love to repeat rumors. They love to repeat shit that they feel like got a certain type of twang to it because it helps their story sound much more scandalous than anything. People like the scandal. They don't like the truth. And that's just the facts on facts with that. So Miss Wanda, so Tisha, like, girl, no. At the end of the day, your mama was wrong for that. And you keep on saying she wasn't directly talking about your kids. She said something about the baby daddies. She was talking about the woman kids. We got to stop it with the semantics. She was talking about the woman's kids. And that's just that on that, period. Stop playing these games with me. You was talking about the woman children. And that's just what it is, Miss Wanda. Like, come on now. Stop it. So Melody tells her side of the story. And as Melody telling her side of the story, she said, I had not seen Wanda since everything went down. And when I saw her, I addressed her about it. Number one, which I don't blame her for addressing her about it. You cannot talk about people's kids on a public platform and then try to tell them how mad they're supposed to get or how they supposed to act when they see you. That's the exact same thing that I told Wanda when she was sitting up there on Roast Review. You can't sit up here and tell nobody how they say do, and that's nothing that you're not gonna do, and you're not gonna sit up here and try to get me to agree with that. It's just what it is. So when somebody see you and you've been talking about their fucking kids, they got every right to come at you however they want to. If you've been talking shit about somebody on social media, you think they're gonna come up to you in a nice way? Some people just might, but some people gonna give you that same energy that you gave them on social media. Just like I told Wanda on Roast Review, I pop shit about everybody on that cast on my lives. If they want to whoop my ass when they saw me, I can't even be mad. Why? Because I opened my mouth and I was running and shit. So the way Melody came at you, some people would have came at you harder than how she came at you, if you really want to be honest, because I know some people around my way that would have popped you off right there on site. Real talk. So no. Nah, Tisha can't be sitting up here trying to go back and forth with somebody. Tisha need to hold her fucking mother accountable. Your mother is fucking wrong. Period. Your mama is wrong, and that's just what it is. So then Marceau says that Mel, you got Wanda's number. You could call her if you got a problem with her. You ain't got to go on social media and say none of that. Maurice, why you not saying that to Miss Wanda? Because a lot of the times Miss Wanda be coming at Melody first on social media. If Melody responds to the bullshit that Miss Wanda be saying, y'all got me to feeling Melody at this point, and y'all know the thing about the situation is at the end of it all, she do be coming at Melody first on social media, then Melody responds. So you want Melody to call you at the end of the day, Maurice, that was some bullshit that you just said, because at the end of the day, how you gonna tell me that I got Miss Wanda number and I can call her, but you ain't telling her to call me before she goes to social media. Once you put it on social media, oh, Miss Wanda responded on was talking about me on social media. Let me call her. No, I'm give you that same motherfucking energy. You want to talk about me on social media? I'm gonna talk about you on social media. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You can't, bro. You can't do that. Marceau agrees with Melody. And because Marceau said, would you have, Maurice was like, could you have handled it differently? And Melody said, to be honest, I would have done the same exact thing, like, period. And I'm in agreement. You talk about my child, I'm gonna check your ass in person. That's just what it is. So then, what was it? Marceau calls Maurice out and basically said, when Tiffany said that shit about Monster, and when you saw Tiffany and Lewis, you called them out about it, right? Marceau said, but that's it. Maurice was like, that's a different situation. No, it's not a different situation. Maurice, and you know that's not a different situation. You did the same exact thing that Mel did when she saw Miss Wanda. When you saw Tiffany at that get-together, I went directly to Tiffany and you called her ass out, and you had her ass crying too, which she needed to cry because she had no business speaking on the child. So at the end of the day, you did the same exact thing. So let's not be self-righteous. That's what I don't like about people. Let's not do that. You did the same thing. They was basically saying Miss Wanda needs to be held accountable. Miss Wanda gets away with a lot of shit. That's true. Miss Wanda's never held accountable. Nobody tries to hold Miss Wanda accountable but Marceau. Tisha don't hold her accountable. Kimmy has always had her accountable. Marceau tries to hold her accountable, and now Mel is doing the exact same thing. We can keep on saying she's somebody's grandmama, she's my elder, she's this and that. But I'm going to tell your ass just like this. Ain't nobody finna keep on disrespecting me and mine and think that I'm going to let it go just because they're an elder. That's not going to happen, honey. Not going to happen, not going to happen, period. Point blank. Okay? It's never going to happen. Okay? Period. And that's just that on that. That's just that on that. We can't keep letting Miss Wanda get away with shit just because she's an elder. She was an elder when she was talking shit, and she's gonna be an elder when I check her ass. Mama Joyce. Okay? Period. So let's see. I got out the bed, now I'm standing up doing a review. I think y'all can tell. Kimmy calls out Maurice and Marceau. And Kimmy was like, y'all sitting up here trying to tell Tisha what she needs to do, and he gets on social media and he starts saying, we can't control Mark. Okay, so if you can't control Mark, Tisha can't control Miss Wanda. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me I need to control my mama and I need to check my mama, but y'all not saying nothing about y'all damn brother getting out on social media because of the simple fact, getting on social media, showing out, doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. That's my whole point. Like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck you talking about? What are you talking about? Y'all don't say shit to y'all brother with the bullshit, but yet and still, y'all want everybody to hold Miss Wanda accountable. Now, this is where I come across like I am, hold on. I hate when people text me with stupid shit. Hold on, y'all. But anyway, so it's like this. You can't have it both ways. You can't expect Tisha to constantly call Miss Wanda out when y'all don't say nothing about Mark. And Mark and Miss Wanda do the same shit on social media. Let's just keep it a book. Miss Wanda go live and say a bunch of foul shit. Mark go live and say a bunch of foul shit and post a bunch of foul shit. So if you want her to hold Miss Wanda accountable, hold your brother accountable. Don't just say we can't control him as a scapegoat. Okay? As a scapegoat. Period. That's my thing. Don't do that. Y'all gotta hold him accountable too. And I'm glad Kimmy called that shit out. They did say that Mark social media is a mess. He be doing a lot. It is disrespectful. But they say they don't say nothing to Mark about it because he's very opinionated, and when they say something to him, it's gonna make things even worse. That's not y'all wouldn't accept that from Tisha when it came down to Miss Wanda. So no one should accept that from y'all. But then they said there has to be some boundaries being made. Marcel agrees that they should not talk about each other on social media, and they all make a cheer to move on. But baby, when I saw that preview for next week, I was motherfucking shook. You want to know why? I saw Kiki and Mark on the same episode. So we're going to see what's the tea with that, y'all. We're going to see what the tea is with that episode. I can't wait because I told y'all Kiki was coming back the second half of the season. I did tell y'all that. And I heard that Kiki was ready to get down at the reunion Friday afternoon. I heard all about it, child. So I'm ready for that. Look like the reunion gonna be much better than the show itself, honey. But that's normally what happens. Anywho, with that being said, you guys, I'm done. This be your boy Scotty by Nature. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Also, click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. If you want me to follow you back on Instagram, all you got to do is hit me up with the hashtag message Scotty Gang, and I would definitely follow you back. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Until my next one. Bye, y'all.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B. It's got a little bit of pop. It's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.